Hi everyone, this is Denise here. I'm actually starting a new series on analysing properties near good schools. So if you're an investor or your parents simply moving near your kid's school, let's check out the properties that are within 1 kilometre and see how they perform over the last couple of years. Is it still worth buying into these properties, and will they still have any more capital gains over the next couple of years? I'll be doing a property analysis of properties within 1 km of top schools, and so if you're interested to find out more, DM me below or leave a comment below on the schools that are keen to find out more. If this content was helpful for you, do like, share and subscribe. First up, let me start off with case studies that I've actually been working on for the last couple of years, and these are some of my success stories. Just to give you some background, I've actually been working with parents over the last couple of years, the last 13 years, and I've actually helped a lot of parents get their kids into top schools. Today, I'll be sharing a case study of a client that I helped get into Nanhua. So when looking for a property around your kids' preferred primary 1 schools, there are going to be so many options: freehold, leasehold. Which are the ones should you actually look on, and which are the ones worth looking at? So what I did for my client was a thorough analysis of condos within 1 km of the area that they are targeting. And they targeted Nanhua because, well, it's a SAP school. Once their older sibling is in, their other 2 younger siblings will get in. So in a sense, it's really pre-planning. Once their oldest child gets in, the other 2 gets in. So essentially, it's one-time work, one-time effort to get their oldest kid in, and after that, 2 can follow. So what I actually did was to do an analysis of condos within 1 km of Nanhua Primary. And there are 2 different projects here. Due to privacy, I won't be actually talking about the names of these condos, but I'll just share with you. One is a new launch project that's 99 years, and another is a freehold condo. My client actually pretty much likes this condo, and who doesn't like a freehold condo project, right? So between these 2, guess which one actually profited more? So most parents also ask me the same thing. If I buy today, which one will profit more? So what I'll do for my clients is always an analysis of the different type of options around there and look at the price trend. Has the condo price already stagnated, or is there still room for appreciation? Now back to Nanhua, we'll check out between these 2, are there still room for growth between these 2 condos itself? So most people would definitely pick the freehold if they're staying for long term. I mean, think about it. If your oldest kid get in, your other 2 youngest kids will also get in. So that's easily a 10-year period of time that you're going to stay in this area, right? Let's say if it's for convenience for your children. Okay, so firstly, we look at the freehold condo profits. As you can see, a 12163 bedroom actually made about 518k, and I'm comparing units that actually were bought the last couple of years and exited the last couple of years. There's no point for me extracting data from 10, 15 years ago because that's not going to be accurate. I'm going to compare those who bought recently and exited recently to see the price trend of this condo. Is it still on the upward trend? Is there still any room for growth for appreciation? So as we can see, this condo still has room for appreciation because people that bought in the recent years actually still exited with a decent 500 over K of profit. Now let's check out the 99-year condo. Does it make more or does it make lesser? So for the new launch condo nearby, let's take a look at this 1249 square feet. In fact, it actually made significantly more. In fact, it made about 699k in terms of profit. So what I did for my client was to also break down the 2 different floor plans of this project. So for example, for this, the freehold condo, when we look at it, this is a floor plan analysis that I do regularly on my channel. So if you find this very helpful, do like and subscribe if you thought this was actually helpful. Okay, so once you step in, there's actually a good size bomb shelter when you enter, and then it leads you to a kitchen and a yard at the back. The size of this 1249 square feet 3-bedroom is considered rather large. In fact, for most new projects these days, this could be maybe 4-bedroom for example. And then once you enter, you have a dining space, a living space. So this is what we call the portrait living. It's not the landscape living where you can put them together, but you still get a good size width between the wall-to-wall distance. Okay, then comes the 3 proper bedrooms. And as you can see, the 3 bedrooms are actually very spacious. So what I marked out in blue was essentially all the planter spaces in the unit itself. And as we can see, the profit was 518k. Okay, now let's take a look at the other unit that is a new project, 99 years, but it actually made more profit than the freehold condo. So let's see, once you enter, it's actually a private lift, so it gives you that kind of elevated living, somewhere in a new project itself. You have also portrait living and dining space with a balcony and 3 very good sized bedrooms and even a wet kitchen as well as a store. So as you can see, the 2 units actually don't have a lot of differences, except that the one on the left, the older project, actually has a lot of planter space. So why did a 99-year condo actually profit more than a freehold? Well, DM me to find out and I'll share with you my analysis on these two projects. Now let me show you another thing that's actually pretty interesting that I noticed as well. If you look down, there's a 915 square feet unit that was also sold in 2019. And then what happened is that, bought in 2019 and sold in 2025, the profit was also 671K. So now back to this unit with planter boxes and all that. Why did a smaller 99 condo actually make more than a freehold? Just now as we have seen, the freehold with the planter and all that, they made 518K, but the other much smaller 915 square feet made 671K. I mean, that's easily 170,000 more, and they were bought and sold in the same period. I'm not comparing different periods. I'm actually comparing condos that were bought and sold in the same time frame to give us a better idea of which one actually makes better in terms of capital gains. So as we can see, it's clearer that even a small project, a 99-year, can profit more than a freehold. Want to find out why? Well, DM me. The QR code is above. Do scan the QR code to find out why this 99-year project actually made more than a freehold condo. Okay, now I'm going to compare the 4-bedroom unit type in this freehold condo as well. As we see, a 4-bedroom, 1,005 square feet, a much larger size, was sold for about 568K profit. Okay, would a 99-year project nearby also make the same level or maybe more? Now let's check out, and this is bound to surprise you. The 4-bedder at this 99-year project actually made about twice in terms of profit. So how could a 99-year project, a 4-bedder, slightly smaller in terms of size, but made double the profit? Okay, now let's take a look at the floor plans itself. Likewise, what I actually would do for my clients when I do property analysis is to look at the floor plans of both units that have been transacted. So for example, this freehold condo that made about 568, like I mentioned, when you enter, same, you have a bomb shelter, good sized kitchen that leads to a yard area. And once you enter, you have what we call the landscape living and dining space, where your living and dining is actually placed next to each other. And then you have a pretty good sized balcony. And for those people who know this project well, it actually has an unblocked view of the stadium. So it got a really, really nice view and very windy as well if you're on higher floors. And if you step into the rest of the unit, a good size 4 bedrooms, a very good size master as well. So actually this 4-bedder layout is very optimal for a big family because you get a very good size, 1,500. It's very rare to find such a good size layout for 4 bedrooms and freehold and near MRT as well. But it only made 568K. So let's see the other 99-year project that made double the profit. So this is the 99-year project. There's about similar size, but it made double the profit. So same thing, it has a private lift. It seems like everyone wants to go for private lifts these days. This is like the new trend. Okay, they don't even have anything that's landscape. It's still a portrait living, but the unit is split into a junior master, and then it goes into like 3 bedrooms on the other side that has a Jack and Jill, and then leading on to a master bedroom. Then you also have a good sized wet kitchen as well as a store at the back. So the layout is slightly different for this 4-bedroom because what happens is that it's split on the left side and right side. The left side being the junior master and the right side being 3 proper bedrooms. So this essentially will be comprising the 4-bedder of this unit, and this includes a private lift as well. So it's actually really surprising. A freehold project actually made half the profit of the 99-year. So if you're keen to find out why and which 2 projects are these, well, scan the QR code above and I'm happy to share more with you. So I've actually done out a slight analysis of the floor plan like what I mentioned. As you can see, the freehold condos of the past, they tend to have a lot of wasted space. And now with actually harmonization plans and all that coming in, developers are not allowed to build so much of these bay windows and planters that were actually given free by them, but they charge buyers for it. So as you can see, the newer projects, right, they tend not to have all this space. So actually between these 2 layouts, even though they're about similar size, I would say this is actually more optimal because it doesn't have all that bay window space that you cannot actually use much. Like look at this, the blue space easily comes up to maybe say 200 or 300 square feet already. Even though this is 1507, you can easily see maybe about 200 to 300 square feet belongs to just bay windows and all these planter boxes. Can you imagine paying for the bay window even in your bathroom itself? Just look at the bay window here. All these already take up space and all these are actually factored into your GFA. And that's why when we analyze property, we also have to see what kind of trends are coming up. Is the bay window trend, despite it being freehold, still something that's being welcomed in the market? Are buyers still willing to absorb such units? Because at the end of the day, look at it. The 4-bedroom, they actually bought in very, very cheap. They bought in 2 mil. and they exited 2.5. That's why they made about 568k. But the 99-year one, they entered in 2.5, which was the exit point of the freehold, and they still sold much higher. They still sold about 3.5. So in the end, the ultimate delta, right, in terms of the profit works out to be a mil. So where do you eventually want to be at? Would you want to enter in like 2 mil and exit 2.5? Or do you want to enter in 2.5 and be able to exit at 3.5? Let me know in the comments below. So here are some of the wasted and more efficient space that condos of the past actually had. As you can see, a lot of them had these bay windows where you can't really put much things on it. And ultimately, even then, the rooms may sound big, but you can only put a single bed simply because of the bay window. So how you can actually use it, you have to actually have customized furniture to lay over it so that you can actually be able to use the space. And if you see, some units actually have the bay window and then you have to put like your computer, your desk above it. But you see, look at this chair. It's directly against the bay window itself. You know, you're not able to maximize or use up much of the space unless you actually customize your furniture to it. And even then, personally, I would feel it's very uncomfortable to sit this way using a computer with my legs against the bay window lah. I mean, let me know in the comments below if you have seen such layouts and what you think of them. Now let's check out the 99-year condo that's actually next door and still within 1 km to Nanhua Primary. What's the profit they made? Let's take a look at some of the profits that we see. So even for something that is a 4-bedder 1109, they made about 400k. Whereas just now you saw in the 99-year brand new, they actually made 1 million. So even a 99-year next door only made 400k if they exited within the same time frame. And a freehold condo that is just a slight distance away made about 500 plus k. So as you can see, right, every time a resale condo is being resold, the type of profits that it can make is also at a certain cap. It won't be making a significant amount. Whereas for a new project, because it's brand new, people are willing to pay a lot more. I mean, think about it. People are paying 3.5 mil just to have this kind of layout in a brand new condo. So here are the key takeaways that I actually have after analyzing this for my client. You know, freehold may not always profit more because ultimately it's about the next buyer. Are they willing to pay that top dollar that you're calling for in future when you sell? And is your layout still desirable and able to be absorbed down the line? Of course, project and unit selection is key, and that's where I come in to help my clients actually make a better decision in analyzing which project actually makes more profit down the line and which one makes more sense to actually enter. And most importantly is what layouts to avoid. As you know, now with the new harmonization scheme, buyers of the past and buyers of the present will be different, and buyers will have different appetites down the line. So it's important to find out which unit types to actually avoid down the line if you still want to continue making a profit when selling to the next buyer. If you're moving in 1 km towards your child's school, do WhatsApp me to find out about the 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom layout types that you need to avoid in the area that you're going for. Do let me know which school you're aiming for and I'm happy to share more with you over WhatsApp.